News. Let's go to Rick Santelli's conversion experience. Not faith, but fuel. He's switching a pickup from gas to nat gas, this at CNG Interstate in Edmond, Oklahoma. In just a moment, we'll have Rick turn the engine on. But before we do, let's watch this conversion in elapsed time. First, they put a nat gas tank in the back, then installed a high-pressure line to the valve on the tank. Then step 3, bring the high-pressure line under the hood. Step 4, mount and attach the pressure regulator. 5, mount low-pressure components. 6, do the electrical wiring. And 7, fill it up. Elapsed time, 4 hours. And presto, a truck that runs on natural gas. So, crank it up, Rick.
All right, here we go, Larry. Purrs like a kitten.
All right, so Rick, let me just ask you, what's it cost, how hard is it to do, and how many people want to do it? Tell me what it costs, first of all.
The conversion we did on this truck, you're talking about $8,000 to $9,000.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I mean, here's the issue. I heard from Phil LeBeau that the infrastructure, Oklahoma's not every state. There's a lot of stations here, okay? And it ranges anywhere from $1.20 to $1.80 a gallon. But we have ways we can put the apparatus at home for those who have natural gas lines, about 65 million American homes, and you can fill it yourself. And that apparatus is anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000. But these prices are coming down, and if you do it from home, Larry, 66 cents a gallon. If I dollar adjust it for a 15-mile per gallon car running on gas that sells for $3.89 a gallon, the effective rate is you get effectively dollar adjusted 80 miles per gallon.
Okay, so I love the story. I basically love the story. I'm a big natural gas fan. I'm a big fracking fan, and so forth and so on. How many people are doing this, Rick Santelli? That's what I want to know.
Well, if you go to the internet, there's a lot of people doing it. The trick is that when you buy the apparatus, you want to buy high-quality conversion kits, and you want to have certified mechanics installing them. And we can't stress this enough, Larry. It runs on gas and natural gas after the conversion. And you can switch back and forth while you're driving like a 2x4 on a 2x4 vehicle. It's that easy.
All right, and last one. Is it safe? Is it safe for ordinary people to do this?
Now, this question, my expert Craig Wright's going to answer. How safe is it? The tank, the apparatus, everything. And one thing I'll leave him before he answers. We all have natural gas in our houses. Imagine if instead of natural gas going to your water heater, your dishwasher, your dryer, or your furnace, you had liquid gasoline. Does that sound any safer? Now I'll let him answer the question directly.
You bet. These tanks that are manufactured, they go through such strict testing. They strap dynamite to them as part of the test. They shoot them with rifles. They put them in bonfires. They drop them from 5-6 feet on the domes. These tanks are a lot safer than the polymer tanks on a gasoline tank. They're extremely safe. It's a 4-time safety factor.
All right, that's great to hear.
What do you think, Larry?
Thank you very much. I think I like the whole idea.
I think you have an SUV that might have. Where's next? I'll bring all the parts over.
When you come up here, let's do it. I love the story. Thanks very much, Rick Santelli. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Larry.
All right, let's go from fracking natural gas shale to converting into liquid fuel for cars and trucks to massive job creation to international competitiveness to energy independence. This natural gas story is a tremendous, unbelievable economic revolution for America. So let's talk to Jeff Ventura. He's president and CEO of Range Resources. He, by the way, is one of the pioneers of this revolution, including the development of the Marcellus Shale region in Pennsylvania. Mr. Ventura, welcome to the show. Let's just get a quick comment if you saw the Rick Santelli piece. Is this converting into a combination, at least, of nat gas and gas, along with liquid into trucks, replacing diesel, buses, UPS, you name it? How do you assess the potential for all this?
Well, I think there's tremendous potential. With the new technology and the revolution in natural gas, we've gone from a reserve life of about 10 years when I entered the industry in the late 70s to over 100 years today. And like you just mentioned on your show, the cost of running vehicles off of natural gas is somewhere between a quarter to half of what it is for gasoline. So there's a tremendous economic incentive, a tremendous resource. And not only is it cheaper, it's a cleaner fuel, it's abundant, it keeps jobs in the U.S., it helps reduce oil imports. It's a great opportunity for America.
All right, you've won a couple of rounds with the EPA. Before I get to price and production and so forth, you won a couple of rounds with the EPA. They are going to let you do some oil and natural gas shale fracking in Texas and Marcellus. Is the EPA going to back off now, Jeff? Is that behind us so we can drill and have pipelines and get the American energy revolution on its way towards perfection?
Well, I think it's good news that the EPA, in terms of our case in particular, once they went to a very fact-founded analysis and at the highest levels in Washington came to the right conclusion and withdrew their case against Range. So we're very encouraged by that.
How many jobs are you creating in the Marcellus Shale running from Pennsylvania and environs? How many jobs, roughly?
Well, in the Marcellus Shale alone, which, like you mentioned earlier, was a Range discovery, so far, according to the state, it's created on the order of 230,000 jobs. And they're good jobs and high-paying jobs as well. So I couldn't be more excited. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so it's great to see that opportunity come back to my home state.
All right, there you go. Bailing out help in Pennsylvania and Ohio, maybe New York State. Is this the greatest revolution in industry you've seen in your lifetime?
Yeah, it's a phenomenal change. And you know, we talked about the job creation and the tremendous resource. The United States, I don't know if a lot of people know now, is the #1 gas producer in the world. So we passed up Russia. The United States is #1. And if you look at what it's done, because we have such a tremendous volume of gas in the United States, the price today in the United States for natural gas is on the order of $2 or a little more than that per million BTUs. In Europe or in Asia, the price is $10 to $15 per million BTUs. So it's created a tremendous advantage. To bring that down to the average American, you know, that's resulted, according to some studies, they're estimating that the average American this year and for the next several years, through lower heating and lower energy, will save about $900 per household. And if you translate that annually, it's over $100 billion per year of an economic benefit to the average American. It's a tremendous boom.
Making industry more competitive, helping manufacturing, chemicals, steel. You don't have to go overseas. I got to ask you this before I let you go, Jeff. Appreciate your time very much. You're down to $2 per 1,000 cubic feet. A lot of people are saying there's a natural gas supply glut, and they're skeptical that the volume of demand is enough to take the glut off the market. How do you assess that? Where's the price of nat gas going? And will you have oversupply for as far as the eye can see?
You know, because of the warm winter we had last year, there is a glut right now, and it'll take a while to work that off. I think the more optimistic people are saying it'll be off sometime late this year, early next year. Other people are saying it'll take a little longer. It may take a year or two or three. But medium to long term, I think natural gas is going to be a great place to be. I think the price will go up. In the meantime, Range is well positioned in some of the most economic fields out there, led by the Marcellus, particularly the part that's liquids rich and has a lot of condensate. And we'll drive up production per share and reserves per share for years to come. And I think in the interim, at some point, natural gas prices will recover a little bit.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff Ventura. We appreciate it. All best. Next up on Cover, amazing